your hair.
Jesus Christ. Put the candles out.
Hi. Good thing I don't wear hairspray.
Yeah, right.
No, this is-
If it was the 80s right now, you'd be like on fire. It'd be
Oh,
like
shit.
Michael Jackson, yeah, putting you out.
Hi, everyone. I feel like it's still cutting our heads off.
No, it's not.
I look like a little head. Look, see?
Ooh, look how little my head is compared to you two.
I think
Here
it
I
looks...
am.
No, because I was leaning in like this.
I'm really bad. You got your phone? Because I don't know. Last couple times.
Oh, my phone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
haven't
need it.
been able to.
Let me get my fruit out of the way.
Anybody want any food?
Good evening, everyone. It has been a while since we have been on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let me find Paranormal Brew.
I think it's been like, I don't even know. How long?
It's
been a month,
beginning of
maybe.
December.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on. Holidays and just a lot of,
Oh, let me put that down.
yeah. I hate
Nobody's
hearing
on
myself
here.
talk.
Me too.
Yeah, it says two
Hi,
people.
Howie. How are you?
Hi, Sabrina.
Oh, I'm alone now. Am I doing this alone? Where did everybody go?
Hold on.
She's really...
I don't know. I'm trying to.
All right.
What happened?
Microphone's
Well, we have mine, so don't.
No, I got it.
What's wrong?
My phone's in the car.
He forgot his phone in his car.
Hi, Howie.
Evening Tips Tops hat.
Oh, he's like,
Tip Tops hat.
yeah. Yeah. All right. So
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chocolate, Rogue's chocolate stout.
I'll cheers my fruit.
Okay. Is this Gettysburg? Oh, no.
No,
this is
that's Manassas, actually.
Oh yeah, we can talk about Gettysburg too.
We definitely are going to talk about some Gettysburg New Year's celebration.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we haven't been on for a while, like a month, like as we said. Last stuff. Beth couldn't join us this week, but she said she'll be able to join us next week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. So let's start. I wasn't able to make it to the farm. What was that? Paul's Discovery.
Discovery
So
Farm.
we did an investigation at Paul's Discovery Farm. I wasn't able to attend, but Sabrina and Anthony and Beth was there. So why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, not too much. We'll get to you with any kind of evidence because I don't know what Beth had gotten. As far as the farm itself, it's a pretty cool looking farm. It has like a museum in the front, and it's really the entrance. It's more or less like a little kiddie area, but then you go out and there's pathway, and there is all these animals, and then you go up to this house, this beautiful old house. What was the age of the house? Do you remember? I don't have the picture on me.
It was like 1700s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hi, Meg.
1700s.
Yeah, and you go in and there's all these like animals, live animals like lizards and guinea pigs and and ferrets, and it's just like the energy is incredible. A lot of energy in there.
How do you think the animals are like?
Well, they did when we were investigating. There were like different things that are going on with the animals too, like they would get all flustered and stuff like that.
Really?
And that was more on when Tina and I think Paul were investigated. They had described that.
Hey, if anybody can ask Tina or Paul to join us to share their experiences at the Paul's Discovery Farm, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. The one thing with the event is when we were investigating, but we were also had people that were paying to investigate. So they were just people who don't normally investigate. So it's kind of a little hard on our end, or at least my end, because I am focusing on trying to teach the people on what's going on and what we do and how we do it. Did I get personal experiences? Yes, but I would like to go back and investigate it privately so I could really get the full effect of everything that was going on.
Sure.
Because like I said, you're kind of watching over people, so it's kind of like it's hard to tune in between your investigating.
Hey, Paul's here.
Hi, Paul Dixon.
We're talking about
We're
talking about Paul's Discovery Farm. So either if you want to join in, or we can bring you on split screen so you can share whatever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so yeah, Paul and Tina, and they were investigating alone, and then we had the groups. We had a group of like almost 15 people.
Yeah.
So we were up in the attic, and there were some communication as far as communication, like when we played back, like doing playbacks, like we would ask questions, and
you were getting EVPs.
Yeah, we were getting a little bit of EVP.
Cool.
Ps. Some things Beth was picking up on, some things that I was picking
Kim.
up on, and they were kind of communicating through and kind of confirming certain things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So let me see what else. I think very impressive that there is an underground railroad there, and we were able to actually, that was my very first time ever setting foot into something like that. So that was very much a good, cool experience to go in there.
That's cool. You actually had to go in it. I've never seen a underground railroad.
Yeah, well, it's cut off. I think they had it for an ice house at afterward, so we were able to go down, and then we could see the connection to the basement. So when we went to the basement part of the house, we could see the doorway too.
Right.
So that was pretty.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty incredible. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there. Never seen peacocks in a tree before. That was like awesome. I think one of my highlights when you a peacock in a tree.
When you sent me the
Someone was a part of
Someone was part of the railroad. Yeah, but we never.
Yeah, but
we actually were in a connection part of it.
Yeah, like
inside.
It was there.
Like
it was like there.
That's kind of hard to come by and be able to experience.
Yeah, Megan wants to go. I want to go. Yeah. We did this investigation, but I was. Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Hi, Dana. Maggie, hello.
JP Moyer.
But yeah, so
that's awesome. I've never that is something I want to do, Megan. We are going to do it again, so you're more than welcome to come crash at my house and go with us. But I want to do it.
And I think another amazing thing was there is a little tiny graveyard right on the property too.
Yeah.
So I mean, you had everything. You had,
and I think animals.
You had Indian burial. You had a historical place. You had a cemetery there. You had like a whole toy playground for adults in the paranormal, because there was just so much to do.
That's awesome.
You know?
And it's never been investigated before.
And that was never.
So it's never been investigated. You have all this stuff going on, and I think animals actually attract energy as well, because they're just like kids. Like they're so innocent. They're just so. Look at him watching your TV. Oh. He's totally mesmerized. He's totally.
Roscoe is here, so we're looking at the dog just staring at landscapes. TV.
Yeah, metal detector. Yeah, that would be. Hi, Kim P.
Yeah, but that was a very interesting little cemetery. It's like this. It's almost as big as was this apartment, and it had the family and everything, and it had this old gate around it, and it was just.
I love cemeteries
amazing.
Like that. That sounds weird, but I do.
Yeah, it was really amazing. Very, very cool. You would love it.
I probably would,
absolutely love it. But I am dying to go back to personally investigate it, so I could get.
Yes, for
I could bring it all in and feel it
and
more.
just do a real investigation. Yeah.
And they said we can come back, right? Do a private. Or?
I'm hoping to. So that's on Beth. Hopefully.
Hi, Tina. There's Tina.
Tina was there, and she loved the property too.
I was saying, Tina, we were talking about the Paul's Discovery Farm. I didn't know if you or Paul wanted to come on or just share your thoughts, even with the chat there, to talk about. Or you could come on and we can Facebook split screen it if you want, but just share, because I wasn't there, so it was just these two. So they're telling me about it, which we want to go back out. But
we're definitely going to come back on again when Beth comes, so we could try to give just the personal experience that she had. I mean, I remember up top on the floor when we were just doing a walkthrough, just me and Beth. I'm going up and I see children running around in a circle in the attic. And later on, somebody mentioned a child, and I'm like, oh God, that was confirmation to me that what I was feeling.
Right.
What else did you remember? What else did we?
I probably would have freaked out like a little kid with the peacocks in a tree because I didn't know they could get up that high.
Yeah, my daughter was there. She was enjoying herself too. There was a certain section on the second level. There was a lot of energy in a couple of different rooms. There was the what do you call it? Wasn't it in a hospital too? Wasn't it in a hospital? Some sort of hospital. There was so much going on.
Well, a place that was built in 1704 definitely has a lot of history.
Yeah.
There's probably some stuff that you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And hi Chuck.
Sick room.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of.
You were like the screaming, the baby, and stuff like that.
Did you guys get any EVPs?
We were getting like the EVPs that were coming back, like when we were doing like especially the cemetery. Remember, like the breathing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't really feel anything in the cemetery. I left when you guys were picking up something. I went to join Paul and Tina.
Yeah.
In that room that we were getting was getting hot up on the second floor.
The one kitchen we had a lot on the REM pod. Like the different the colors, and they would mimic what color to do.
Yeah.
That was working too. Otherwise, it was more or less like EVP stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Thank you, Brian.
No, we got some pictures of some good arcs. Then we have some good lightning.
The rods and stuff
rods
like that. When I turned around, there's a couple rooms that were. It made me dizzy and things like that. Like there was one room with a mannequin in there, and it just got me all off my rocker there. Yeah. But
hi Eric, hi Kathleen. No, that's awesome. Like I'm sad I missed it, but my brother got married that day, so I couldn't make it. But
you would have loved it.
I probably would. I'm sure I would have.
You'll be back.
Yeah,
I want to. Yes. I want to. I don't know.
It's kind of hard too because you got the animals and you're like.
I'd have been distracted by them. Yeah, I'd have been distracted.
There was a room with 4 cats in them, and we couldn't open the door to let them out. Oh, the ferret! I
love ferrets.
It was an albino ferret, and I was in love. I must have spent 20 minutes playing around with the ferret.
But like I said, they probably attract a lot of energy too.
Oh yeah,
especially kids. If there's kids there, if there's spirit like children entities there and stuff like that, entities. I hate using that word. I feel like everybody thinks it's a bad thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi, John.
We had some kids there. Only one ferret. Yeah, he was in one room.
He was in a cage.
But there was there was guinea pigs.
Yes.
There was one of those big rabbits, like this big, the big fat rabbits. There was a turkey buzzard, so in the same room, so we couldn't go in there because the turkey buzzard was there. I mean, there's animals everywhere.
So wait, how many rooms were there?
In the house, when you walk in, there is
was the
room
house
to the right, and that was like reptiles, like the snakes and the lizards. Cool. And then on the left room, there was like guinea pigs, there was birds, and there was, I forget what was in the bigger cage. I don't know what the type of animal it was. It was an unusual animal. Mm-hmm. And then there was the kitchen, and you go out the back door where the ice house is, what used to be.
That was older than the house, isn't it?
They were saying something like that.
Well, how the heck is the ice house older than the house?
It can't be.
And it wasn't then.
But I feel like it was, though. I feel like the house was like 17... Like, I feel like the ice house was like 1704. Mm-hmm. And then the house was like the
I know there was... I think there was there wasn't... I think it was an add-on. Wasn't one half of the house.
Yes.
And then the other one was a little bit later. Okay. Then you have the second floor.
Oh, it's not. The ice house is not older than the house. Yeah. Okay. My fault, my mistake.
Okay.
I thought I saw that in the pictures. I thought it showed the ice house older.
Yeah, I have to look at all the pictures. But yeah, the second floor You know why? There was like a kitchen. It was an office room. It was very, kind of labyrinth.
And you couldn't go in all the rooms?
Yeah, we couldn't. We just didn't have the time, to go in
I thought you were
the
saying you
rooms.
couldn't go in certain areas.
The only one that we couldn't go into was the room with the cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the room they wanted.
Yeah, it was 2 separate agents.
Hi, Dee. Hi, Dom.
Let me see. Yeah, that cemetery was really cool. And then outside, remember, we're like, is that an owl? There was an owl.
There was an owl on the top of the barn.
Seriously? That's awesome.
Waiting for an opportunity to try to grab one of the chickens. That's what she said.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
The owls,
Yeah.
They let them?
No, but they're just looking up for the opportunity to grab some chickens.
Or us.
The ice house could have been there before, and they put an attachment. But I think Tina said that it wasn't older.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it wasn't older. I thought it was. I thought I must have looked at the pictures wrong or something.
I would like
that.
to go in the daytime so I could see it too, like everything that's around it, and then hopefully when it gets like when the time changes or something like that, where it's lighter at dinner time, and you can see what's going on around it, because we went in and it was cold.
It was cold.
It was cold,
Was it?
and it was dark, and it was but it was pretty cool.
And so how many people showed up public wise?
Oh gosh, I think it was like around maybe 10.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm not including Tina and Paul because they know, I meant as far as as people who are not in that field,
right?
As far as, because we had groups,
right?
They were a good group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one that was like Taylor's age.
Mm-hmm. There was somebody there that.
And Taylor was there.
Was kind of participating. Had I guess a gift, possible medium. Remember that one?
That was a little kid.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just touching on everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, oh, okay.
That's
good.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I don't know, Tina, if you guys want to, share your experiences, if you had any, or Paul.
I'm wondering, or Tina or Paul's highlight, like what was their favorite room out of the house. I know Taylor wouldn't go down in the thing, in the cellar, the ice house, because of the spider crickets.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that was a lot of spider crickets.
Yeah.
The last time I saw a lot of spider crickets it's the Gabriel Davies house. Down the basement, that little area, that cove area too. Mm-hmm. That's where all the spider.
I missed those. I wouldn't have went in there if there was that. Now I know. I said that we were going to go live when we were there, but I guess time had gotten the best of everybody, and kind of got. So next time we go, we definitely will go live while we're investigating there, and we'll share some of it with you guys, and maybe you can help out if you hear or see anything. You can let us know. That's always fun to do.
Yeah. And then hopefully next time we'll talk about it again, only to get Beth's experiences. Right. And then I'm not sure if she got any evidence on her recorder or anything.
Right.
But with the holidays, I still didn't get to that recorder. So it was a busy holiday. Yeah. It just so happened to be the weekend before Christmas we did an investigation. Right. So it was a little tough to do any reveals or listen to any recordings.
On a good note, I actually did want to talk about this because, so before we did that, I know we had mentioned that we were going on a private case to help out. And I'm not going to really give details about where... Oh, she got 5 clear EVPs. That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
Oh, would love to hear them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tina, if you send them to me, we'll put it on next time we're live. We'll put on the recordings for everybody to listen to.
Yeah.
For sure. So we did it. We did this in. We did a prelim at a private house. Now, I can't tell you how many prelims that we have done that don't, hi Sharon, that don't end in an investigation. Yeah. And that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Because we're helping people, right? We go out to the houses. Not everything has to be an investigation.
No, it
right?
doesn't.
And more often than not, when we go out, we'll go out, we spend a couple hours with the people. And, we help, we hear what's happening. We give them ways that we can, let them set boundaries, or look at Roscoe. He's never heard of them. And to maybe quiet things down a little bit. Now, one of the things that I was worried about is there's 3 children, young girls, that were seeing a shadow. And the littlest girl, because she's so little, was calling it the gorilla. There was a gorilla in her room.
I don't like the sound of that when somebody's referring to something as a gorilla.
When do you go live? Do you have a schedule? Brian, I will answer that in a minute. I won't forget. So the little girl calls it a gorilla, and then the other 2 say there's a shadow man or whatever, So,
That's good.
We had to just explain some things. Now, that property as well there's a well, an actual well
Inside the house.
The house was built around the well.
This is crazy.
Yeah, so it's in the house. Mm-hmm. They actually, got clever, and they don't want to, ruin it. So they made a table out of the well, which is cool, But there's water in there and everything.
Yeah,
like it's
you take the top off. There is water in there.
There's a cemetery right out back, and then their neighbors are not very. I don't know. They're not very giving to the
land,
the energy that's there,
on the land. Yes.
And then, so the house is in Millville, and the person that built the house was the founder of the town, and then his whole family lived there, and then they're buried in the cemetery in the back of the house. So there's like all this stuff, going on, So. I don't even know if I went through all my audio for that. Oh, I did. I have 1 EVP, which I got to show you. I got to let you guys listen to. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, so I got a couple EVPs, but we did our walkthrough. So, but what happened was, Megan, stay with us because we're going to talk about Gettysburg. So what happened was, we discussed some things, and Sabrina brought the spray. I mean, I don't know if you want to. So it's a sage mixed with holy water, right? Is what you said?
It's like a protection spray. Mm-hmm. Sage spray. Actually, I think I gave them the sage spray.
Yeah.
It's just easier for in case they don't want the smoke too in the house. But it also helps with that empowerment for the children to use if they're feeling scared as well.
Right. Whether or not they are actually seeing what they're saying they're seeing, mm-hmm. or how they're scared. I mean, they are going to. There's one of them is sleeping with the parents every single night. At this point, the 7-year-old. So the thought, it's the intent, and then the placebo behind that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where you're giving somebody an idea that this is going to work. If they believe in you and they believe in what you're saying and they trust that, mm-hmm. then when you give them a solution, and they have that behind them where it's like, okay, I believe in what I'm doing, just having that alone could help with things, mm-hmm. which I'm saying all this because I reach out to the family periodically, like every 3-4 weeks or mm-hmm. every couple weeks, and I'm like, how's things going? The girls are better. They haven't slept in the parents' room.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, haven't slept in the parents' room. She said it's been quiet.
Okay.
It's been quiet, and there's really no need for us to go out yet. I said, well, there's.
Did she do the peace offering?
I don't. The peace offering.
I know.
Hi, Rich.
Oh, okay. So I feel so stoned right now. The peace offering. Yeah. Well, she.
The sausage.
One of the things that we were dealing with the neighbors and their issues, mm-hmm. and what they're dealing with on that property, and there is Indian on that. I know Millville from past experiences from other cases, but with the Indian part, we found out that she had Native American in her. So because of the disrespect from them, and she has this in her blood, having that peace offering or getting in touch with her ancestry to help protect them as well. So I'm curious if she's done anything or intertwine any of that into it to help that family too, because it's possible that that's also a contributor too. If she did that. Tobacco. And
I
stuff
didn't.
Like that.
I've been so concerned with the girls. I've just been like, how are the kids? I didn't ask her if she did all that, but she said the girls have used the spray.
Okay.
And it makes them feel better. You know what I mean? So I think that alone.
It does.
Helps.
It's such an empowerment.
It really is.
Does. And if they need more, just let me know and I'll send it to them.
I'll let her know. But she says that they say they see him, but it doesn't bother them now. And I think the spray. Excuse me. I think the spray. I think the spray helps. But I have to say that I'm proud of us because we're helping the people inside. Like they're happy. You know what I mean?
It also takes two. So I mean, on both sides. So not just when we give advice, and if you don't take that, you're going to not see anything resolved from it. But in this case, she was listening and she was applying the tools that were given her, and she did. I mean, if she set the boundaries for this, hey. All right, we know you're here.
Right.
You can't bother the children. So those boundaries, the sage spray. If she did her piece on the property, because it's not her fault. The next door neighbors are jacked.
Right.
Jerk off.
And that's important.
I mean?
That's the important thing is like when you go into this, like that's why you do all the things that you need to do before you go to a house. You have a questionnaire. You talk to the people on the phone. You go to the house. You go over the questionnaire again, and you walk through, because you need to know what kind of people you're dealing with too. You need to know if these people are going to, I always use this as an example. So if I'm at my house and I call and I got mold in my, I have mold on my walls but I want my walls painted, and I call a painter in, and I'm like, oh, just paint over that. A painter's going to be like, no, I can't just paint over that. Like, you need to fix that mold first, and then I can paint over, or else you're going to have the same problem again. A painter's going to be like, I'm not doing it until you get that fixed. Well, if I'm not willing to get it fixed, then I'm not going to get my room painted. And
you're going to get sick.
So I always use that example. So you have to have people that are willing to listen and comply, and then... and when they do that, 9 times out of 10, things work out for the better, and you're not having to do an investigation. We're not going to houses hoping to get an investigation. However, I would like to investigate that house. It was a cool place. But
it was cool.
It's not necessary. The family feels a lot better. They were very happy with what we came out, and I gotta say I'm proud of us for that. I mean, I think
let's
that's
not
awesome.
stir anything up by going to investigation just because we want to see what's there. If nothing's happening, they're quiet. Let that be. You know what I mean? Because
I'm going live at Phenom for sure. And then hold on. Bob also got incredible EVP outside of the ice house.
Oh, wow.
Bob said he's going to go over, listen to his...
That's what I wanted to
definitely send us these
that would
through
be awesome.
Paranormal Brew. We have the message. So we could listen to them, and because we would like to give this information to the owner. Because she wants to know. She would love to know. She's really gung-ho about... her property and what's there, and she wants to know what's there. So whatever you guys have, just send it through the Paranormal Brew so we could listen to it and we could let her know, because Beth is in contact with her all the time. She is pretty much friends with her, so she would definitely like to have that information,
and that would kind of help us to get in there again. If we're finding stuff and we're getting, you know what I mean. I think that would help.
And not only that, with the information that we do have, and we can entice other people and get tickets sold, because that money actually goes to help the museum itself. So, I mean, those proceeds go to help those animals. And
Tina said she would like to spend the night. That would be cool. Is there heat there?
There was heat. Yeah, it was warm.
I'll do that.
Not the ice
I'll
house,
do a sleepover.
Not the ice house, yeah, right?
I'll get a nice sleeping bag and I'll stay in that ice house.
Oh, Megan's like, I mean to do a Paranormal Brew show at Phenom.
You have a link, and Brian asked.
Oh. Yeah, I mean.
Do I have a link? A link for what, honey? For the farm that we were at, or what? So he was asking when we go live, do we have a schedule? So Brian, to answer your question, we do this once a week. Then if we do events and stuff like that, we always go live. It's always on the Paranormal Brews page. If you like the page, you go to the events. If we're going to be somewhere or do something like Phenomenology, we're going to be at Phenom, we're definitely going to go live. So, but we'll put it up there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a Paranormal, you're on the page. And then we have Paranormal Brew EVPs. It's where we kind of, put the EVP. I mean, we do it both places. I don't know. My thought behind that was like that was just going to be for EVPs, and but so going forward, we went to Gettysburg for New Year's. You're welcome. And we stayed in the Inn of Lincoln Square. And I know you guys have heard me talk about this place umpteen a million times.
It was my first time.
It was Sabrina's first time staying there.
Anthony's first time. I think Megan too, right? No. Megan's been there.
Megan's been there with me. Me and her did a little investigation there while we were there. I'm friends with the owner, so when I went to Gettysburg for a week by myself, and I did my little paranormal journey, me and Megan, there was nobody staying at the inn, so the owners opened the inn for us, and we just kind of did a little investigation while we were there. But I don't even think we talked about it, if anybody had any experiences when we were.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
We did.
Was
I drunk?
Yeah, well, that was the next morning.
I didn't either.
I was texting you. I was like, was there a cat here?
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I was dancing in the street.
And it was amazing.
That was my experience.
You weren't in the street.
We were in the street
dancing. You were in the
street. What are you
street.
talking about? Where were you?
I thought you meant the video that you were, opened the window and you were doing this.
It was amazing.
Kooky dance. That
Megan actually messaged. She messaged Gus and Hillary. She wants to stay again next year. So we'll be spending New Year's Eve together again next year. I don't know if you're going to, but we're definitely going to do it. It was awesome.
Yeah,
definitely. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did have a lot of fun. As far as experiences, well, you were there alone pretty much. So how did you?
So for me, I'm very familiar with the energy there.
Yeah, but did anything happen early in the night? I am heard audible sound.
We all had that.
I think that's so weird, because that's kind of I don't know what I experienced. I still can't. I'm scratching my head on that one.
Oh, you mean? You thought.
So, all right, well, I might as well talk about it. So, I was, I think, sleeping, but I woke up in the room because I heard a cat, like this cat meowing, and then I heard footsteps coming up, and I'm like, but I was in the room, but I don't know if I was awake or in the dream. And so I did get up, and I'm trying to figure out if it was a dream or not. And so that's why I asked you, is there a cat here? And then I went back to sleep, and it happened again. It literally happened again, where somebody came up and came into the room, but the dream was I was in the room. I was almost, I thought I was astral projecting as in the room, but I don't know. I still can't tell you if I was awake or not, because the dream was in the room. Which, how do you dream of? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you
and
called
twice.
It. And twice, yeah. So I went back to sleep because I got up to go to the bathroom. Went to sleep, and I went back into the room again. Mm-hmm. You called it something else.
Well, it's astral projection by location.
By location, yeah. So, It's just, usually if I very seldom, every once in a while it does happen, but I go out of the room. Like I've done it in my own room at my house, and then went outside into the patio and outside and dreamt that it was snowing. Like I was flying over
that's cool.
Over the yard. So when I actually woke up, there was that layer of snow there.
Oh, cool.
But I was dreaming. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, how did I see that when I was sleeping? I actually project out and onto my lawn, saw the snow, and then when I actually
to do that?
No.
That's
when
cool.
I actually woke up, there was the layer of snow on
That's pretty cool.
lawn. Yeah. So it was freaky.
Megan said, you experienced drunkenness with the rest of us. Just kidding.
The best fries, yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That food truck
I cannot wait until next year. That is what I'm not making dinner plans next year.
It's the
I am
fried
waiting
food,
for
falafel. I mean, not the falafels. Oh my God.
The chicken fingers.
The
funnel
cake.
Funnel
Cake.
cake.
That was like the amazing funnel
Everything's
cake.
fresh.
Those French fries were amazing.
Yeah.
I would have bathed in those French fries. I wanted to roll around in those French fries.
They were good.
They were so good. Moe's Wait, what was it?
Moe's Soul Food.
Moe's Soul
We all
Food.
say the same thing. Moe's Soul Food. But,
And
I was in the
yes,
shower.
I would
I
stay
had
there
experience.
before New Year's for sure. I think I'm coming up for my birthday, but I don't know where I'm staying yet. But
He had an experience.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, I was in the shower.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of the other experience. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just in the shower and then I heard this like male voice. It was like it came in like kind of really loud and then it kind of started to move away and it felt like it was like in the room or something like to my side and then I had
in the shower with you, huh?
Yeah,
some guy in the shower with you.
Yeah, all right, I'm confessing. I'm seeing this male phantom. He's dark haired. No, but then the smell came. The phantom smell. It was it was the rotten egg, and it I didn't fart, and then it went away. It was just
Yeah,
but
I had the phantom smell of the
But I've had that on the
bad.
battlefield.
Yeah,
I've had that on the battlefield. Yep. So I don't think that that smell there is bad. Like, I'm not gonna say I know it's bad. It stinks. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think it means anything negative. I think
no.
I think it's just for me that means that there's because I've always smelled that on the battlefield. So I feel like it's a soldier. Like I feel like that's just they had sulfur in their gunpowders and stuff like that. They didn't shower for how long? Like who knows? You know what I mean?
That was my first phantom smell was in Gettysburg, and that was at Cashtown. When I was leaving, I ran upstairs to go to the bathroom and make sure everything was gone.
Oh, wow.
And I had that pungent smell like you haven't taken a shower, that BO smell like you haven't taken a shower in months.
Yeah.
Like you pass a homeless person on the street. Yep. That's how it smelled. And like boom, and then it went away. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Gettysburg was probably my first phantom smell ever.
Me too. Me too. But what it was the same thing he smelled. Mm-hmm. And I remember, and I've told this story so you know it, but when I was with my mom and we were sitting there, it was like 9:45 and we were at the wheat field and she's like, I want to get out. And I'm like, I'm not getting out. No, we weren't at the wheat field. We were just about to go out onto Taneytown Road. So we were, it was, and we were just pulled over and she wanted to get out. And I was like, oh my God, did you fart? Because I smelled it. She's like, no. She's like, I thought it was you. And I'm like, it wasn't me. And all of a sudden, on the window shook. It was like, boom, boom, boom. 3 hard bangs. And I was like, I took off. Because this was before I ever did any of the paranormal stuff. Let me see. Megan said she was sleeping soundly, finally, and was startled awake. And after I was completely awake, heard a sound from the bench chair across from the bed that sounded like a belt against wood.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Dominic says that he has a video he set up here. Hold on.
Where did it go?
He has EVPs.
Oh, EVP.
He has EVP at Gettysburg of a cat in his room and even has a video. So that's cool.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
And residual scent, not demonic, exactly.
Yeah,
I
totally.
feel
So
that,
it was just like, I think, there's just so much going on. Not it was demonic, the pungent smell of death was definitely, smelled all the way over to Harrisburg, they say. So I expect to smell a lot of phantom smells in Gettysburg, between the smell of death and the smell of the body odor and cigars.
I get
whiskey
cigars,
and all that stuff. Yeah, cigars is a big one.
Sulfur, and you know what else?
Sulfur
and sulfur.
Just like
hey, I got some sulfur for you. It's a fugazi.
Sulfur and like maple syrup.
Really?
And I looked this up, and some of the soldiers would use the maple syrup off of the trees to close wounds if they didn't have anything.
Interesting.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
I did not know that, because I'm like, why do I kept smelling it on different parts. Like I smelled it at Culp's Hill. I smelled it at going back to the 20th Main Monument.
Mm-hmm.
I smelled it back there one time. And
gunshot, cannon shot.
Yeah, I've heard that.
You'll hear a lot of that. You will hear,
So, me, I was sitting in our so our room is set up where there's a couch, and then there's, like the kitchen, and then behind the kitchen is the bed. Rob was sleeping, and I was just sitting on the couch on Facebook.
Is it night or day?
It was like early evening.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I just heard this. I don't know what it said at first, because somebody brought up a good point. It wouldn't have said yo, because that's not the language they used back then. So there was something said, and then it was like this long male, and it was right. It was like it was sitting in the chair across from me, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hello? I'm listening, because I'm very comfortable with the spirit energy there. Like I'm like I welcome it. I'm like, bring it, And that was probably the biggest thing that happened while we were there, was that.
I'm trying to do. Oh, her Mulder.
Yeah, Mulder. Mulder was monotone voice.
Yeah. Hi, Rebecca.
We was in Gettysburg, and we were doing an investigation, and
What?
Mm-hmm.
Mulder, he mumbles like he said that monotone voice. What do you think?
What, does she think you look like Mulder?
I don't know.
Because I think you look like.
She thinks I look like Zach Baggins. Don't tell that to Kenny. He'll never want to see me again. If you're watching, Kenny. Just in that one picture, and it's
yeah.
He has, anyway. I guess her nose or cheek. No,
I don't know. It was that one picture. It looked like you.
It did.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I was like,
scary.
I said that looks like.
It's a kind of a compliment. I mean, the guy's not bad looking.
And this is you act like him.
Whoa! Oh, I thought you
Wait,
Mulder.
Mulder.
No, I thought you act like Zach Baggins.
You look like Zach Baggins and act like Mulder.
No, if I was like Zach, I'd be just.
And then Joe
cool.
calls you Hollywood.
I'd just be trying to be cool all the time. Like, yeah, tell your
Joe
story.
who?
Yeah. Huh?
Joe who?
Joe Moyer calls him Hollywood.
I'm geek chic.
Geek chic.
I am anything but cool.
So that was the only thing you had? Because I think we had a couple of things afterward. You guys.
I mean, I think there was other things, but they were like, to me, like,
it just becomes second nature.
And it wasn't anything like that voice, whatever that was like, he was like, I just got the impression that there was somebody sitting in the chair across from me and was like intelligently trying to communicate with me. And I said hello, but I never heard anything after that. There was times where I heard like footsteps. I heard the bathroom door, you know what I mean, move and this and that, but nothing as significant as that.
Yeah. So we did go on a little quest when we left you guys, because he wanted to see, we were talking about it all night. He wanted to go over to that. What are you doing?
I'm going to show you where we were at. So we were.
But am I going to explain what we were doing?
I want to
1 second. So remember we were talking about we wanted to go over to the school. Wanted to go. He's
Warrior
like dead set on the school.
Absolutely. There was
and so he was just like drawn to it. So we actually went down, and we went at the school where all the where the football field is and everything.
Yeah.
Couldn't get onto the field.
Which you used to be able to.
You used to be able to?
Oh yeah, we used to go back there. Megan talked about going back there. Because you used to be able to go back behind the school and everything. And
yeah, we did.
Really?
It definitely has a lot of energy. Right where the tree is, and then where the football field is, it was like. We've heard a lot of phantom sounds over there too.
Yeah.
So now he gets to talk about the whole thing here. What are you talking about? What are you going to talk about? This?
No. So where the high school's at? It's called Warrior, right? Warrior High School, Gettysburg High School. The Confederates tried to flank the Union. They just a lot of these guys were like really young. They're part of Louisiana, the North Carolina, like right here, this map, right under Hayes and Avey. And they just tried to just get behind them. You know, the Union was set up in that hill, and they just met their deaths like really, really bad. It was like a bloodbath. There was like a blood river of there was so much dead from the Confederates just got pretty much annihilated in that one area. And it's a hotbed. Like if you go on a ghost tour, they'll take you back there. There's a lot of, and so there's something. I'm just so drawn to that school. And so there's supposedly a photo out there that shows like. A ghost horse, a cavalry in the middle of the field, the football field.
Oh, really?
In the stadium, yeah.
Do you know about this? Ow, ghost horse?
Yeah, somebody has a photo of, there's always something back there, but it's just a lot of energy, and they'll take you back there. And people
I was going back there, and you could, like, there was different parts of my body that were hurting, and then it would walk away, and then it would fade out, and then another spot would hurt, then my head would hurt, then my arm, it was like you're constantly feeling the friggin' wounds or something.
Yeah.
But there is a tree, and they kind of have this huge tree there, and like everything's like cut around this one big tree. It's like they didn't want to touch that one tree.
Well, there's a photo out there, they show all the dead, and they showed the people pulling the bodies in that area. It's like literally they got nearly annihilated over there. So there's a lot of like.
Well, Dominic said that.
That's over by the high school.
Back in the day, it was a part of a charge, and later on, a maniac killed a girl in the woods there.
Wow.
Which I never heard.
I didn't hear that either.
Yeah.
No.
There's also another area there. It's called the Creek Bed, and it's behind Steinmar Ave.
Okay.
Oh, creek bed.
It's called the Creek Bed because, not because, but it was one of the places that I've ever first experienced anything in Gettysburg. We paid for one of those like little cuckoo, little ghosts, whatever.
Yeah, those ghost first.
Yeah. So we went back to
cuckoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went to the creek bed. And the creek bed, you have Steinmar Ave, and then you have like the row of stores. Well, behind the stores are these. They look like storage units. You know what I mean? But they're old school. You know what I mean? Like the wooden doors that go up.
Yeah.
So they're not like. And there's a creek bed back there, and there's soldiers. A lot of the soldiers during the fight and everything that were in that creek bed drowned because it rained for 3 days, and they laid in there because they couldn't get out. So a lot of them had drowned in the creek bed.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we go back there, and I'm telling you what, I have so many EVPs from back there, and that was the first time that I was ever really had. I was cold, like I literally they put a thermometer on me because I was freezing cold on this side, and it was summer, it was July, I was hot on this side, and
really? They
put the thermometer on me, and like this side was like 50 something degrees, this side was like normal, like 100 or whatever,
Yeah.
And when we listened, and we had a device, I can't even remember what it was so long ago. When I was by myself, this device was like lit up, like something, like an energy was around me.
Plus you got the water too, right?
Right.
Is there water?
Anytime a man would start to approach me, it would go away. Every time a man would not, and it didn't matter who it was, it could be any male. Every time a male would come near me, it would just go away. And then when they would step back, it would come back. and I'd feel the cold, and the thing would go up, right? Listening back on the EVPs, people were like, they saw that this was like, we were getting interaction, right? So they were asking questions. And one of the people said, "Do you like her?" And you hear Mel go, "I love her."
Oh my gosh.
Love
yeah,
you?
Yeah. He said, she was like, you're hanging around my friend over here. Do you like her? And you hear, "I love her." I was like, well, you need to stay here. You can't come back
dating
with me.
you. I don't date dead men.
Was there some British woman that said she's in a relationship with a ghost?
I
Have you
know.
seen that?
Yeah,
we won't get into that. Yeah, I'm married.
Like
Yeah, they're married.
to the ghost,
And they were like, well,
Yeah.
crazy.
So, Tony, you got something to confess here then too?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Are you seeing them?
Yeah,
Male?
well, at least mine's male.
Mine's male
Oh, yeah,
too.
you like male, so. But, yeah, so that was
sweet
probably...
nothings in your ear in the shower.
Yeah. That was when I realized that, because before that I was afraid of anything like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was always afraid of the unknown, you know? And when I had that experience, I was like, that was so cool. Like, there was nothing wrong with that. Like, that. Now I was intrigued. I wanted to know more.
Of course.
Hi, Beth.
I love you too, Meg.
That's not. Oh, I'm not a beer.
All right. Sharon, Colonial Theater in Phoenixville.
Yes.
There's no hesitation on that answer.
Right. Hi, Fred.
I can talk to somebody to try to get us in there. Can we get in there easy or no?
Well, I mean,
Because I played for the Phoenixville rugby team. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg might have connections. I got to talk to Greg.
Well, Greg. I mean, Sharon probably does too.
Yeah, she just said she'll set it up.
Oh, never mind.
Sweet, let me know.
Woohoo!
Yeah, because you're in Limerick, right?
So she knows the owner.
In Limerick.
Are you in Limerick or are you in Pottstown? Pottstown? Is it Pottsville or Pottstown? I don't know. I know the owner. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that's cool. So we'll definitely I would love to get in on that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that too.
Limerick. Yeah, I thought she was in Limerick. Yeah, because she always replies to you saying hello.
Yeah, my
good
good buddy was a former cop was a police officer for Limerick.
Yeah, so we had
Thanks
a blast.
for sharing, Brian. I appreciate it.
Definitely had a blast at in Gettysburg.
Gettysburg is amazing. Anytime you go to Gettysburg,
the fireworks are amazing.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was
the fireworks
awesome.
is probably one of the best I've seen.
Yeah.
It was so intimate over the beautiful historic homes. Mm-hmm. I was like, where's this going to be? I thought it was going to be over here. They seen it over like right there.
It's right there.
The Gettysburg Hotel Gettysburg.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
they do such a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, that's why I've been going there for 10 years now for New Year's. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's amazing. Like, it just is. It's good. You don't have to worry about anybody being an idiot. You know, you can just have fun and just you're with your friends. And even if you're not, like, it's just.
And it's funny how it cleared out and quiet. Like, going to bed, I was expecting people just to be crazy out on the street, on the square, and being obnoxious.
Oh,
and it was just quiet as could be.
No, they're tame out that way.
Yeah.
We were the wild ones. We were the ones that were partying up.
But we're from the city. So, I mean, that's expected to be up all night.
I mean, we freaking
everybody's going to the mummers and, in a couple hours.
Well, we hung out. We went
stuck
into
out like sore thumbs. We were definitely, we were the troublemakers. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. We went back to our room and we all hung out for a while, you know what I mean, and ate food and had some drinks and, partied for a little bit, but then
Yeah.
We won a Halloween costume competition in Boyerstown. We were at a bar and
Oh yeah, that one was funny.
Fun,
yeah, so what do we have coming up? So we have the Phenom coming up in March.
Yeah, we got Phenom coming up in March.
Yeah.
That's really it for
Phenom.
Coming up.
Well, Phenom, and then also we have Beth just set up the Marlton VFW. I guess April 4th.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We'll be investigating the Marlton VFW April 4th.
We might be out of state.
We will probably be announcing soon D&I, the 4th annual psychic fair.
Soon, for Selma Mansion.
In the fall. So we're working out details already. So we're pretty excited about that. Now that the holidays are over, I can't wait.
And then we have the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a vendor table for that one.
Really?
I think I'm gonna get a vendor table for that one.
It's a good time. So we'll be in Gettysburg again because you can never get too much Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And then I'm still waiting to hear about the Pennhurst. Not sure about that yet.
Yeah. So there's
there's some stuff coming up
for the spring summer. But January and February is kind of the lull of paranormal events. Because we all need a break.
Right?
No
At least
way.
I do
No
sometimes,
way.
Yeah. Getting burned out from everything.
Yeah, but I'm itching,
I'm itching for what? Which one?
Just to investigate.
Oh.
Just to investigate. I did a little thing when we were in Gettysburg. I met up with
I'm
Lou.
itching for it to be warmer so we can enjoy some of these things. But some of these places are too cold to be in.
Before you guys got there, I was in Gettysburg from Saturday to Wednesday. They showed up Tuesday, but Saturday I think it was. We ran into Lou and Christy from PCINJ.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
We ran into them.
Able to see that.
And we were like having some drinks at the Farnsworth out at the beer garden, and then we kind of like were like, oh yeah. So then we met up at the Blue and Gray to watch the Clemson game, and in the when it was halftime, Christy's like, "Can you take me over to the house?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I take her to the inn, and our room has the door to the basement. So
she went to the basement.
So me and her went to the basement. Now I wasn't trying to investigate because I was a little tipsy. But I brought her over there. We went down there. We did little EVPs and stuff like that. I mean, I haven't asked her if she got anything, but the basement door is something where, I mean, it has literally unhinged, unlocked, and flew open at times when I was staying there. So the basement floor is dirt floor in the so we went down there, and so that was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Becca. Yeah, we love Pennhurst. It's always
that's awesome. Paying for a private investigation.
Yeah.
I thought she said paying for a private investigator.
Paying for a private.
Oh, about Farnsworth.
Good one.
We went back there and they renovated a little bit the patio, the back.
Looks like they were renovating.
They said they did it for the Polar Bear Club or something.
Okay, well, it looked like something to do with
the Polar Bear Club.
Yeah, they put like a fence around the back area.
And they put like a heating stove or something. They put
some for the they call it some for the Polar Bear Club.
Yeah, they were closed.
Something happened to me there.
Oh, Farnsworth, then don't even get me started.
Okay, so something happened to me at Farnsworth. So I had to go to the bathroom. So I get up and like when you don't have to go in the bar.
Yeah, you go in that little patio.
Go in this.
I always was attracted to that little spot there. The bathroom area is always a hot spot for me.
I go there and the bathroom is like this little tiny hallway, but I go to open up the women's bathroom, and I thought somebody was in there because it wouldn't open. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I had to go so bad, and I was a little tipsy at this point. So I was like, you know what? I really have to go, so I don't care. I'll go in the men's bathroom. So I go to open, right? So I go to open the men's bathroom, turn the doorknob. I go to open it, and it like flew back.
Oh wow!
So I was like, oh, somebody's in there, and they didn't lock the door. So I'm waiting, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't hear anything.
Pee yourself at this point.
So I knocked on the men's bathroom because literally I really thought somebody was in the women's bathroom because the door wouldn't even open. And nobody answered when I knocked on the men's bathroom, and the second time then I just tried to open, and it opened very easily. Nothing in there. Nobody in there. So I went to the bathroom, came back out, tried the doorknob for the women's bathroom, opened, with nothing in there, nobody in there. So, and you can hear if somebody's next to you in those bathrooms, you know what I mean? Like they're like right there. So that was pretty cool. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
So after I got in there, I said, you know what? I said, I know I'm a girl, I'm not supposed to be in the men's bathroom, but I really got to go. Thank you.
Okay. I'm cool. Just But we stopped by Cash Town just to check up on it. You want to say anything about Cash Town?
Oh yeah, what happened? I know.
They were closed.
Did you see what I saw?
Yeah.
Like, did you get that feeling?
Yeah, they were closed. You know, it was a little depressing.
Was there a sign on the door or anything?
Yeah, it said it was closed for New Year's Day.
Oh,
You
that's
know what
it?
I mean? I saw a guy get out and they was going in with
groceries
and
bags,
things
stuff,
like that. So it looks like they were either private or
well, the owners live there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. They all the owners, the ones that previously had it, live there too, because that whole back is their place. So yeah, like the big sign was cracked and
like they're not taking care of it.
It was really depressing feeling about it. It was a little sad. Definitely was a little sad.
Yeah.
Farnsworth was closed too, so we never got our Bloody Mary, but because everything was closed.
Everything's closed. We almost went to this local bar by Cash Town, but it was a smoke bar. We didn't want to.
Oh no.
See, that's why I go. That's why I go either like the day, you know what I mean, like a couple of days before or after. Like this New Year's, I think New Year's is on a Friday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You know what I mean? Like, I need those couple of days. Or even if I do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know what I mean? And leave Monday.
Yeah.
Or go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and leave Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I always need those. I need those days. Like, I can't go to Gettysburg.
For overnight.
But and then the next day, everything's closed. You can't do anything. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to go and get my fix in. You know?
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be hard for them to actually close on New Year's, you think, on a Saturday, since that's like that's a lot of people coming down for a holiday. I'm guaranteeing they're going to be like...
Maybe there might be more people open.
Packed.
There might be.
They're probably going to say, hey, listen, this is money time. This is money making.
They might be.
It falls on a weekend.
That would be cool. I would love that. But,
Yeah.
All right, folk. It's about that time. We will be on next week. I just don't know what day yet. And Beth will be back, she said, hopefully.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's been a long week.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll reach out to, sorry, look what you made me do.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. I know. One day I'm overtime, so I know Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I can't work.
But yeah, so we'll be back. I'll post it. But yeah, so hopefully I'm thinking about having I'm gonna say his name wrong, Mike Lachina. I can't say it right, but he was interested in coming on, so I'm gonna reach out to him and see if he wants to come on. And I feel like he said he knows somebody that wrote some books about I forget. So he said he was gonna reach out to her and see if she wanted to come on the show too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wanted to try to reach out to Troy Taylor. I don't know if you're familiar with him, to try to come on the Brew. So I'll try to reach out to him.
Yeah, that would be cool.
He's a well-known paranormal author and investigator, I guess, in the Midwest. He just came out, book, yeah.
He just came out with a book?
Yeah, he just came out with some material.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Definitely.
He's like my influence. He's like my mentor growing up. I wanted to be like him.
Yeah, so... Well, we'll be back. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We had a lot of people on.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for interacting. And thanks for supporting the Brew. We love you. Mwah. All right, let me see if I can get up.
Oh, I know. I'm afraid to get up.
Oh, God.
Bye-bye, peoples.